we're learning that Lisa Marie Presley will be buried at Graceland in Memphis, next to her father, Elvis Presley, and her son, Ben. A family spokesperson made the announcement Friday. The only child of Elvis Presley and Priscilla Presley died Friday after suffering cardiac arrest. Presley had a music career of her own, but was probably best known for her marriage to pop superstar Michael Jackson. She was also open at times about her struggles with addiction. Lisa Marie Presley was 54 years old, passing away this week. Let's bring in Alanna Nash. She's a journalist who has written several books about the life and times of Elvis Presley, including The Colonel, the extraordinary story of Colonel Tom Parker and Elvis Presley. So good to see you, Alanna.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, I'm wondering, what was your reaction, when you heard the news of Lisa Marie's passing?
Oh, deep, deep sadness. It really shook me. I think not only because I had interviewed her and been around her a little bit and enjoyed her music, but also just that the Presley story is one of great opportunity and wealth and fame, but just equal sadness and trauma and tragedy that balanced that out. And I think we wanted her to be happy and have a joyful life because her father had given us so much joy. So there's deep sadness about her passing all over the world.
Yeah, and since you had an opportunity to speak with her on so many occasions, and you talk about how collectively everybody wanted her to be happy and be joyful, but then what did you sense from her in your conversations with her about what was keeping her, what was in the way of that joy and happiness that everybody, would wish for her?
I think just the crushing weight of fame, number one, and loss and grief. There's a lot of a long line of loss and grief on her father's mother's side, and it seems to be continuing through the generations. I think she always wanted that sense of peace and family unity and searched for that. Loved being a mother, loved being part of the rock and roll world, but just could not find lasting happiness.
She loved it, but at the same time, was she also kind of disdainful, of the celebrity, especially learning as she has over the years about the people surrounding her dad, and she was a part of this latest blockbuster film in which she got to enjoy, the actor getting a Golden Globe this week. But there was something that also made her very uncomfortable, angry, if that's the right word, or you better describe for me what she thought of, the world of entertainment.
Well, she was certainly an angry little girl, and you see that in a lot of her photographs, and you certainly see it when she became an artist and began writing songs. Those songs are just filled with acrimony and bitterness, but also with a really sardonic black humor kind of sense of humor that balanced that out, made it very appealing. But she was never really comfortable in public. She loved the fans, but she looked at fame as a thief that stole everything that mattered, and so she was always jumpy and
Wow. And at the same time, did she feel like, she was compelled to also just try her hand at having a relationship with fame by being a singer, herself? And if she felt like she had to do that, or was it like was it her feeling that she couldn't, part from that, because of the legacy of her dad? What was it that compelled her, even though she had this disdain, also say, well, I'm going to also reach into my musical roots and try my hand at that end of fame?
well, it was a part of her, while she was enormously proud of being his daughter, that wanted to step outside of that shadow. You see that, I think, in her marriage to Michael Jackson, King of Pop. You see that perhaps in her brief marriage to Nicolas Cage, but also to two men who were not involved in high stakes show business. But she was a deep and true artist, like her father. But of course, there was no real escaping that shadow.
And then it it sounds like there's no escaping the loss and the grief that you were just describing too, with the suicide death of her
Right.
own son, Ben. What kind of impact did that make on her life?
She said it destroyed her.
Mm,
And I think that's probably right. You see this dichotomy of her, of a lot of strength of character, but fragility. She always seemed kind of like a lost little girl who needed a lot of protecting. And that increased with the death of her son in 2020. And
mm.
he looked a lot like Elvis as
Yeah,
well.
he
When you looked at
did.
Lisa, my gosh, it was almost creepy,
And she
those
does, of
hooded
course.
eyes and
Right.
drooping beauty.
Oh my goodness. I mean, it is so shocking and sad. I think even this many days after the fact, it's still, really hard, to understand. You grieve for her, and the more we're learning about what she has been through her entire life after her dad's passing at the age of 9. I mean, it's just been so traumatic on so many levels, and you helped really fill in a lot of blanks for us. Alanna Nash, thank you so much.
Thank you.